This video is about she was his light but his darkness swallowed them. If this story captivates you, please like the video, share it with loved ones, and write in the comments how it touched your heart. The moon hung low over the sprawling woods of WEREWOLF, its silver light pouring through the canopy of leaves like a whispered promise. In the heart of the forest, the air was thick with the scent of pine and damp earth. Hidden among the shadows lay the Grayson Pack's territory, a realm where power and passion twisted together in a dance as old as time. Elias Grayson, the formidable alpha of the pack, stood at the edge of a cliff, gazing at the moonlit valley below. His muscles tensed, a primal energy radiating from him as he felt the weight of his lineage. The blood of countless alphas surged through his veins, but it came with a burden of the expectations of the pack and the darkness that whispered to his soul. Elias, a voice called, breaking through his thoughts. Rhea, a striking Omega with fiery red hair and eyes that sparkled like emeralds, approached him. She was the sun to his shadow, the warmth against his cold existence. With each step, her presence illuminated the night, making it feel alive. "What is it?" he replied, his tone more curt than he intended. Rhea paused, her heart racing. "The pack is gathering. They need your guidance. They're unsettled after the last challenge." Elias turned his gaze away from her, his heart heavy. "They'll have to manage. I am not in the mood for politics tonight." He felt her frustration, but couldn't he bring himself to soften his walls? "Elias," she said, her voice trembling with a mixture of concern and passion. "You can keep shutting them out, or us, you are Alpha. We look to you for strength." "Strength," he scoffed, barely containing the bitterness that lay beneath. "Strength means nothing when the darkness inside me threatens to consume everything I hold dear." We stepped closer, her eyes locking onto his. "You are not just darkness, Elias, you are a protector. You've always stood for your pack. You can let the shadows win." His heart clenched as he fought against the urge to pull her close, to lose himself in her warmth. But the fear of being a monster held him back. "You don't understand," he murmured, almost to himself. "Then help me understand." Rhea pleaded, her voice rising. "Let me in. You are not alone in this fight. I want to be with you, Elias. I want to help you." The desperation in her words shook him. Commitment was a dangerous path for an alpha, especially with the weight of loyalty hanging over him. "You don't know what you're asking for," he warned, his voice low and gravelly. "I know what I feel," she shot back, her determination flaring like a wildfire. "I know we are mates, Elias. The moon has chosen us. We can't ignore that." A silence filled the space between them, heavy and charged. The truth of her words weighed on him, but his instinct to protect her from his darkness fought back fiercely. "It is not as simple as that. You deserve someone who can give you everything." "Stop it," Rhea cried, tears pooling in her eyes. "You are pushing me away because you think it is for my own good, but it is tearing us apart. Don't you see? I want you, darkness and all." Her words shattered the barrier he had built, and for a brief moment he felt a flicker of hope. But just as quickly, they returned. "You don't know the things I've done, the darkness I've embraced. I could hurt you." "Then let me decide that," she whispered, stepping forward, her hand reaching up to cup his cheek. "Let me see your whole self, Elias. I am not afraid of your darkness." He caught her wrist, halting her touch. "You should be. Maybe I am the light you need to find your way. Please let me in." At that moment, the world around them faded, the only noise their heavy breathing and the heartbeat that echoed between them. She was right. There was a pull deeper than the instinct of their wolf souls. It was destiny, unyielding and resolute. Just as he leaned in, drawn by an invisible force, a howl shattered the night, echoing through the woods. The sound was laced with urgency and foreboding, pulling him back to reality. "Cashin," he muttered, a wave of dread washing over him. Cashin was his beta, a fierce warrior known for his loyalty and ferocity. But lately, whispers of discontent had swirled around him, growing like a storm. Rhea's face paled. "What is wrong?" "I need to see what is happening," Elias said, reluctantly stepping back. The moment was shattered, and the distance between them felt unbearable. "Elias, don't push me away," she urged, her voice teetering on the edge of panic. "Promise me you will come back." "I promised," he replied, though the words felt hollow. He turned, his heart heavy as he sprinted into the darkness of the woods, the weight of his mate lying trailing behind him. As he reached the clearing where the pack gathered, Elias found Cashin at the center, his attitude fierce and challenging. The pack members circled, their expressions a mixture of anger and fear. "Elias," Cashin shouted, locking eyes with him. "The night is growing restless. There are whispers of a rival pack encroaching on our territory. We need to act now." Elias nodded, but her knees gnawed at him. "We'll all defend our land, But how do we know this isn't a ploy? It doesn't matter. Cashin growled, his temper flaring. If we wait, we'll show weakness. We need to assert our dominance before it is too late. Silence. Elias commanded, his voice echoing with authority. He could feel his wolf stirring within, the primal urge to protect surging. We will not act out of fear. Gather the scouts to assess the situation. We will plan our response. Cashin opened his mouth to argue, but Elias silenced him with a glare. His pack needed an alpha who could think. Instinct screamed at him to act aggressively, but he would not risk everything for impulse. As the pack dispersed, Elias felt the weight of their expectations pressing down on him. He couldn't afford to be weak, yet the thought of losing control terrified him. What if the darkness inside him broke free? Suddenly, reappeared at the edge of the clearing, concern etched on her face. Her presence was a soothing balm, even amidst the chaos. Elias, she called softly, stepping closer despite the tension. He met her gaze, his heart aching with unspoken words. I need to protect them, he said, the burden of leadership heavy in his voice. I know, she replied, her voice steady. But don't forget to protect yourself too. His heart twisted painfully. I don't know how to do both. Start by letting me in, she urged, determination shining in her eyes. Let us face this together. But as he looked into her loving gaze, doubt crept in. How could he allow her into his world when he feared the darkness lurking just beneath the surface? How could he risk her safety when he was unsure of his own soul? Breathe, he started, but the words caught in his throat. Promise me you won't shut me out, she said, her voice trembling with emotion. You are not just an alpha, you are Elias. You are my mate. A howl erupted in the distance, breaking their moment once more. The air crackled with tension as the pack braced for an impending storm. Elias' instinct screamed for him to act, to protect, to lead. But amidst the chaos, one thing remained clear. Rhea was his light, and with every heartbeat, he felt the darkness within him fighting to swallow them both. Stay close, he whispered, taking her hand and intertwining his fingers with hers. No matter what happens, don't let go. As they stood together, the pull of destiny and the weight of their bond felt unbreakable. But with every moment, the shadows loomed larger, threatening to tear them apart. And in that uncertainty, the fight for their love began. Tension in the air thickened as Elias and Rhea stood together, hands clasped tightly, their breaths mingling in the cool night. The howl of the distant rival pack echoed like a warning bell, and the weight of the uncertainty pressed on Elias' shoulders. Elias, we have to be prepared. We can't allow fear to cripple us, Cashin said, stepping up beside them, his jaw set with determination. If they're coming for us, we need to show them we're stronger. Elias' mind was a tumult of emotions, torn between his instincts to protect his pack and the overwhelming urge to shield Rhea from the darkness he harbored. We will prepare, but we will do so wisely. Recklessness will only lead to more bloodshed, he responded, his voice resolute. Wise words, but we need action. You can't afford to hesitate. Cashin shot back, frustration lacing his words. This is our home, Elias. We squeezed Elias' hand tighter, her touch grounding him. Listen to him, Elias. We can't let fear take hold, but we also need strategy, she added, her eyes never leaving his. Let us use every resource we have. With a deep breath, Elias nodded, though doubt gnawed at him. Fine, we'll gather a scouting party tonight and assess the rival pack as strength, but we do it with caution. We read not mindless beasts ready to fight for territory. As the pack members assembled, Elias felt the heat of their collective anxiety. The wolves were restless, and underneath it all, he sensed the whispers of discontent that had begun to rise like smoke in his pack. Cashin's aggressive stance only added fuel to the fire. Are you with us or against us, Cashin? Elias asked, his voice slow yet firm, but the challenge hung in the air like a sharp blade. We need unity now more than ever. Cashin's eyes flashed, a storm brewing behind them. I've always been with you, but you need to remember who you are, Elias. You are an alpha. Don't let your darkness consume you or your pack. Rhea's heart ached at the tension between the two strongest wolves. Both of you need to take a step back. This isn't about dominance, it is about survival, she said, her voice steady. Elias glanced at Rhea, her words cutting through the chaos. You're right, he admitted, though his pride stung. We will face this together as a pack. Let us move. As the night wore on, the forest transformed into a silent observer of their struggles. They moved quietly through the underbrush, each step an echo of their resolve. Rhea stayed close to Elias, her presence a beacon of light amidst the shadows clinging to him. Are you okay? She whispered, her voice just above the rustling leaves. He glanced down at her, feeling the weight of everything they faced. I should be asking you that. You're the one risking everything by standing beside me. Ree smiled softly, her eyes shimmering with intensity. You are worth the risk, Elias. I believe in you, in us. Believing is one thing, Ree. Knowing is another, he murmured, the weight of their bond pressing down on him. As they reached the border where the rival pack was rumored to be gathering, the atmosphere shifted. The air buzzed with an ominous energy as Elias and his pack crouched behind the thick bushes, every instinct on high alert. We need eyes on them, Cashin whispered, menacing determination etched into his features. We can afford to underestimate them. Elias nodded, motioning for a few scouts to approach the enemy's territory. As they watched from a distance, the rival pack came into view, their numbers larger than they had anticipated. A chill ran down Elias' spine, tightening the knot of dread in his stomach. Cashin, do you see that? Elias pointed toward the figure leading the rival wolves. That is Alaric. He is not just any wolf, he is formidable. Cashin growled lowly. He is here to claim what is ours. We can't let him take our land, Elias. Then we prepare. No rash actions, Elias replied, his voice firm but heavy with doubt. He could feel the darkness within him stirring, a primal call to fight and protect. But Ree's hand in his steadied him, anchoring his resolve. Suddenly, a flash of movement caught Elias' eye. A figure darted past their hiding spot, a young scout from the pack, his eyes wide with fear. Elias, he gasped, breathless. They're recoming. Alaric demands a challenge tonight. The words hit Elias like a punch to the gut. It was a call to battle, a test of their strength that could prove disastrous. He could almost feel the darkness rising in him, that familiar surge of power craving release. I'll not allow them to dictate our fate, Elias snarled, his wolf battling for dominance. We'll show them our strength. Elias, wait. Ree interjected, her voice steady yet pleading. This isn't just about strength, it is about strategy. Let us think this through. He turned to her, torn between the fire of his instincts and the warmth of her light. We don't have the luxury of time, Ree. This is our pack's future at stake. But then let us make a plan, together, she urged, her emerald eyes pleading. You don't have to do this alone. With a heavy heart, Elias felt the shadows claw at the edges of his resolve. I can lose you, he admitted, voice shaking. This darkness, it feels like it is closing in. Then let me help you fight it, she whispered, stepping closer, her presence radiating warmth. Together we can face anything. Just as he was about to answer, a howl broke through the tension, echoing like a battle cry. Alaric stood at the edge of the forest, his intimidating figure silhouetted against the moonlight. Elias Grayson, I challenge you for your territory. Elias' blood boiled, the primal instinct driving him to respond. I accept, he roared, the weight of his pack riding on his shoulders. Elias, no. Ree shouted, panic lacing her voice as she tried to grab his arm, but he pulled away, feeling the darkness whispering promises of power. This isn't the way. I have to protect you, Ree, he replied, his voice firm as he stepped forward. The growl of the rival pack echoed around him, and Elias felt every gaze locked onto him. Then prove it, Alaric taunted, his voice smooth as silk, yet filled with menace. Face me, Alpha, show your pack the strength you claim to have. Elias could sense the challenge in every word, the weight of expectation pressing upon him. And yet, in the depths of his soul, he felt Ree's light anchoring him. He had to fight, but it didn't have to be a descent into darkness. As he stepped into the clearing, he felt the presence of his pack behind him, the shadows swirling and the moon illuminating the path ahead. The fight for his pack and his love had begun, and with every heartbeat, he felt the pull of destiny guiding him, intertwining his fate with Ree's light, refusing to let darkness swallow them both. Together, he whispered to himself, knowing that no matter what came next, he wouldn't face it alone. And with that thought, he prepared to confront the storm, determined to shield his pack and protect the one who dared to see beyond his darkness. The tension in the clearing was palpable as Elias squared off against Alaric, the rival Alpha, whose eyes glinted with challenge under the moonlight. The echo of the forest seemed to amplify the heartbeat of the pack, a rhythm of anxious anticipation thrumming through the air. Step forward, Elias Grayson. Alaric called, his voice resonating like a thunderclap, cutting through the silence. Show me the strength of your lineage. Elias felt Ree's presence behind him, her warmth a flicker of light against the chill of impending violence. The shadows within him stirred, whispering dangerous promises, but amidst the chaos, he found solace in her unwavering belief. Remember who you are, Ree murmured, her voice a balm to his restless spirit. You are not just an alpha, you are Elias and my mate. Her words sparked a fire within him. I won't let you down, he vowed, turning his gaze back to Alaric, the weight of his pack pressing down on him. I will not yield. The rival alpha chuckled, a low, mocking sound that set Elias' teeth on edge. Then prepare to fight, Elias, but don't let your mate's light blind you to the inevitable darkness within. With a swift motion, Alaric lunged forward, muscles coiling like a spring. Elias responded instinctively, meeting the attack head-on. The clash of their bodies echoed through the clearing, a brutal reminder of the stakes at play. Elias could feel the darkness rising within him, a primal instinct clawing at his reason as he grappled with Alaric. Each strike unleashed a surge of power, yet he held back, knowing the moment he lost control could spell disaster. Fight, Elias, show him what you're made of. Cashin shouted from the sidelines, his fervent encouragement fueling the tension. But Alaric was a fierce opponent, his movements calculated and deadly. Your pack sees weakness in you, Elias, he taunted, shoving him to the ground. They know you're afraid of what lurks within. A growl erupted from Elias' throat, a mixture of rage and despair. I am not afraid. He surged back to his feet, eyes blazing with determination as he locked onto Alaric. And I will not let you take my home. With each strike exchanged, the realization settled within him like a stone. This was more than a physical battle, it was a test of his spirit and resolve. The shadows clawed at his mind, promising power, but he had Rias-like guiding him, whispering of love and hope. Elias. Rias' voice rang out again, filled with urgency. Remember, this is not just about power, it is about protecting what you love. The reminder anchored him, giving him clarity amidst the chaos. With a primal roar, he surged forward, channeling everything he had into a single strike aimed at Alaric's chest. The blow landed, sending the rival alpha staggering backward, shock visible on his face. Is that all you've got? Alaric sneered, wiping blood from his mouth. You're weaker than I thought. Elias felt the darkness within him stir, a deep yearning for victory overshadowing his instincts. But he shook his head, focusing on Rias' presence, her unwavering belief that he was more than the darkness threatening to consume him. Enough! Elias shouted, voice resonating with authority. I fight not for power but for my pack, for my mate, and for the home we've built together. With newfound resolve, he charged, each movement fluid and powerful, embodying the bond they shared. The clash of fangs and claws echoed through the clearing, each blow resonating with the heartbeat of the forest itself. Just as he thought he had the upper hand, Alaric retaliated, catching Elias off guard and knocking him to the ground once more. The rival alpha loomed over him, a triumphant gleam in his eyes. This is where it ends, Elias. But in that moment, a surge of energy coursed through Elias, a pulse of magic that radiated from the bond he shared with Rhi. He felt her presence within him, the light intertwining with his very essence, igniting a spark of hope. Elias. Rhi's voice pierced through the fog of chaos. You are the Alpha, claim your destiny. With a roar, he pushed against the ground, channeling the energy flowing between them. In an explosive burst of power, he launched himself upward, sending Alaric staggering back. The rival Alpha, surprise, faltered as they clashed once more, the ferocity of their battle echoing through the night. But Elias was no longer fighting with fear, he was fighting for love, for his pack, for Rhi, and for the future they envisioned together. I will protect what is mine, he shouted, every word resonating with the strength of his ancestors. With one final strike, he knocked Alaric to the ground, the rival Alpha's eyes wide with disbelief. You've lost, Alaric. Leave our territory and never return, Elias growled, the shadows within him receding as light enveloped his spirit. Alaric's pride was wounded, but he nodded, acknowledging defeat. This isn't over, Elias. You may have won this battle, but there will be more challenges. As he retreated, the pack erupted into cheers, an overwhelming sense of relief flooding the air. Elias turned, feeling the weight of victory settle upon his shoulders, but it was Rias' warmth that drew him in. Elias. She rushed forward, her arms wrapping around him, grounding him amidst the chaos. You are incredible. He held her tightly, the shadows that had once threatened to engulf him now dissipating in her light. I couldn't have done it without you, Rhi. You are my strength. Tears filled her eyes, shimmering like stars in the night sky. I am so proud of you. You faced your darkness and emerged stronger. As they embraced, the world around them faded, and in that moment, they were simply Elias and Rhi, two souls destined to walk together amid the chaos of their lives. But the peace was short-lived. Elias, we need to talk, Cashin's voice cut through the euphoria, the urgency in his tone pulling them from their moment. Elias felt a knot of unease settle in his stomach. What is it, Cashin? There are whispers of betrayal within the pack. Some members believe your hesitation to confront Alaric shows weakness, and they're restarting to question your leadership, Cashin said, his expression grim. Rhi pulled away slightly, concern knitting her brow. We just faced a challenge. They should understand the need for caution. Not all see it that way, Cashin replied, his jaw clenched. I fear their descent may turn into something more dangerous if we don't address it. Elias' heart sank. I just fought to defend our territory. I can't let doubt fester within the pack. They need to trust me. We squeezed his hand, her support a steadying force. Then we gather the pack together and show them your strength, not just as an alpha but as a leader who listened. Elias nodded, determination igniting within him once more. You're right, we'll demonstrate unity. I will not let this darkness overshadow us again. As they moved to gather the pack, the forest felt alive with possibility and tension, the moon bearing witness to their struggles. Elias knew the road ahead wouldn't be easy, but with Ree by his side, he felt ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. Together, he whispered, glancing at Ree, who nodded with fierce conviction. No matter what happens, we'll face it together. They would rise above the shadows, threatening to tear them apart, bound by love and destiny. And as they prepared to confront the pack, Elias knew that even in the darkest moments, their love would light the way, guiding them forward on their journey. The moon hung high as Elias and Ree stood before the gathered pack, their expressions matching the weight of uncertainty pressing down upon them. Shadows flickered between the trees, whispering secrets of fear and doubt as the pack members murmured among themselves, their energy thick with tension. Elias, you've fought bravely, Cashin said, stepping to Elias' side, his voice steady despite the storm brewing around them. But now you must show them you are more than just muscle. You need to remind them why you are their alpha. Taking a deep breath, Elias nodded, feeling the warmth of Ria's hand in his. They need to see strength and unity. I want to let fear drive us apart. He could feel the shadows lurking at the edges of his mind, but Ria's light was a tether anchoring him to his purpose. As he stepped forward, the murmurs faded, and every gaze turned to him. Elias scanned the faces of his pack, the mix of loyalty and doubt reflected in their eyes. My pack, he began, his voice resonating with resolve. Tonight, we face a challenge. We emerged victorious, not merely through brute force, but through wisdom and strategy. Cashin stepped forward, his expression fierce. We fought together, and that is how we'll continue to stand united. The strength of our pack lies in our bond, not just in the blood that runs through our veins. Elias continued, his heart beating in rhythm with the pulse of the forest around them. But I'm aware that some of you doubt my leadership. You question my decisions, my hesitance. I ask that you remember what brought us here, our unity, our respect for one another, and the love that binds us. The love of an alpha who fears his own darkness, a voice called out from the crowd. Elias recognized Donovan, a wolf known for his fierce loyalty but also for harboring ambitions of his own. The tension in the air crackled as the pack turned their attention to him. Donovan, Elias said, his tone firm but calm. I do not fear my darkness, but I respect it. It is a part of me. Just as much as my duty to protect this pack, I will not let the darkness dictate my action. Then prove it. Donovan challenged, stepping closer. Show us you can lead with strength. Show us that you can face your demons and emerge unscathed. Elias felt the pull of the shadows within him, the primal urge to assert dominance rising in response to the challenge. But he fought against it, remembering Ria's unwavering belief in him. Strength is not just about power, Donovan. It is about understanding, compassion, and the ability to listen. Ree stepped forward, her voice breaking through the mounting tension. We've fought battles together, seen joy and sorrow. Let us not let fear divide us now. We are stronger together than apart. But the murmurs continued, questions of loyalty surfacing like dark clouds threatening to overshadow the bond. What if the next threat is worse? What if Elias hesitates again? The voice chimed, echoing sentiments that caused Elias' heart to clench. Enough. Cashin's voice thundered, silencing the crowd. We're not here to tear one another apart. We're here to ensure our survival. Elias has fought for us, and his decisions have protected us. The pack fell silent, the tension shifting as they absorbed the words. Elias could feel the eyes of his pack on him, waiting for a response. I will not let fear dictate my choices, he said, gripping Ria's hand tighter. I fight for each of you. I fight for our home, for our future, and for the bond we share. If it takes confronting my darkness to protect you, then I will do it. The air felt electric, a mixture of tension and something else, a flicker of understanding beginning to bridge the gap between doubt and faith. We all have darkness within us, Ree said softly, her voice cutting through the silence. Every wolf does, but together we shine brighter than any shadow. Elias could see the shift in their expressions, the resolve in their eyes beginning to spark. We are a family, Elias continued, feeling the warmth of Ria's belief seep into him. And families fight for one another. We will prepare for whatever comes next, but we will do it together, side by side. As he spoke, he felt the connection with Reed deepen, a light weaving through him, illuminating the path ahead. A collective breath seemed to be taken by the pack, as if they were slowly shedding their fear. "We trust you, Elias," Cashin said, nodding firmly. "And we will face our challenges together." A murmur of agreement rippled through the crowd, and Elias felt the shadows retreat just a bit, allowing the light to shine through. The pack was beginning to stand united once more, but the challenges ahead still loomed ominously. However, just as hope began to bloom, a figure stepped forward, silhouetted against the moonlight. It was Anna, a fierce warrior known for her sharp mind and even sharper tongue. "What about the whispers of betrayal?" she asked, her voice steady, yet laced with a hint of concern that caught everyone else's attention. "What about those who call for your downfall?" Elias took a deep breath, the shadows inside him stirring. "We will address it head-on. We cannot let fear rule us. I will not shy away from the truth, even if it is uncomfortable." Reese squeezed his hand, grounding him as he felt the weight of their gazes. "We must confront those who harbor doubt, not with anger, but with understanding," she said, her eyes shining with determination. "Let us invite them to speak, to voice their fears." "Agreed," Elias said, feeling a sense of purpose return. "This is our pack. Every voice matters. If anyone wishes to challenge me, let them do so openly. I will not hide from our struggles." Cashin nodded, stepping forward. "I will assist in gathering those who feel discontented. We will ensure they understand we stand as one." As the pack began to murmur again, a sense of purpose solidified among them. Elias felt a surge of determination, the darkness slinking back as hope took its place. "We will face this together," he declared, his voice steady. "No matter what comes, we will emerge stronger." Days turned into nights as the pack prepared for the upcoming meeting. Emotions ran high as whispers of betrayal echoed through the trees, but Elias and Ree remained steadfast. Their bond grew stronger, a beacon of hope amidst the uncertainty, but every shared glance between them carried the weight of unspoken worries. On the night of the meeting, the clearing was lit by the silvery glow of the moon, the air heavy with anticipation. Elias stood at the center, Ree by his side, her presence a steady light. The pack gathered around, their expressions a mixture of trepidation and resolve. "This is your opportunity to voice your fears," Elias said, his heart pounding in his chest. "We are all here for the same reason, to protect our home and each other. Speak, and we will listen." Donovan emerged from the shadows, his stance defiant. "You fought bravely, Elias, but your hesitation worries us. If you falter again, we may not survive the next challenge." The murmurs of agreement rippled through the crowd, and Elias felt the shadows stir once more, the darkness whispering that he was unworthy. "I understand your fears," Elias replied, keeping his voice steady. "But know this, my hesitance does not stem from weakness. It comes from a desire to protect each of you. I will not act recklessly. I will not lead us into battle without thought." "But how can we trust that?" Donovan pressed, his words sharp. "What if the next threat is worse? What if you fail us?" "The trust is built through transparency," Ree interjected, stepping forward, her voice unwavering. "If you question Elias, then question me too. We stand as one, but if we allow fear to cloud our judgment, we will lose all that we've rebuilt together." The pack's murmurs hushed, the power of her words weaving through them. "Our strength lies not just in our alpha, but in our unity. If that unity is fractured, then our survival is at risk," she continued, her emerald eyes shining brightly. "We must hold each other accountable and lift one another up, rather than tear each other down." Elias felt the warmth of her words envelop him, pushing back the shadows that had threatened to consume him. "Ree is right. We are bound by our shared strength, and I will do everything in my power to lead us through the darkness, but I need your trust, and I need your support." A silence fell over the clearing, the pack absorbing their words. Slowly, one by one, wolves began to step forward, sharing their thoughts and fears. The air filled with voices, weaving a tapestry of emotions and experiences that drew them closer together. Amidst the conversation, Ree's hand remained woven with Elias, her presence a calming force as they faced the challenges together. He realized that the distance between them had begun to close, the shadows retreating further into the depths of his soul. After what felt like an eternity of discussion, Donovan stepped forward again, his gaze softer this time.